It's the Celebrity MasterChef final.
Bosh. I think it's been a fantastic competition.
What? Don't!
They come in here as celebs
You have no idea who I am.
and pretty quickly become MasterChef contestants.
Check us out.
We've had a couple of disasters, that's for sure.
So burnt. No!
That is culinary art.
That's amazing.
But along the way, John, we've had plenty of fun.
Ooh.
Just call me a master chef.
See that? Easy. Now, and some brilliant food.
Boom, bingo, and brilliant.
No!
I'm so excited about this final because we've got 3 great cooks. And that means we're in for a real treat.
Winning the MasterChef trophy would feel like lifting the World Cup, which would be epic.
You can feel the temperature starting to rise, and you look at this scene of devastation around you, you think, how do I dig myself out of this hole? But I've got to the final, so somewhere along the line I did something right.
Now's the time to believe in yourself. If there was ever a time to say I could win, it's today. Yes, I can win.
Tonight, the finalists face their 2 biggest challenges yet. First, they will have to impress, cooking for 5 of the country's best chefs, before heading back to the MasterChef kitchen to present their final 3 courses. Only one will be crowned Celebrity MasterChef Champion 2018.
I am known as a bit of a posh boy, and that's because I'm posh. I had a bit of a strange kind of upbringing, if you will. I grew up in the Caribbean. You know, sailing, harpooning, looking for eels. It was a great childhood, one that I remember very fondly. I actually lived in a hotel. My favorite thing to do was kind of linger around the kitchen, and it wasn't for the pizza scraps. It was, you know, because I enjoyed the smells and the aromas that would wisp out, would always just be incredible. I, developed a love for it at a very young age. When I was a kid, I wanted to be an actor, and then Made in Chelsea came about. It was fun because it was new and it was fresh. Getting to film all the time with your best pals was cool.
Hello.
You're so conscious of, like, everything you're saying.
Would you want to catch up over the next few days? Go for a drink or something?
Let's do that.
How will I be perceived? Like, can you imagine when you knew you, like, want to try and kiss someone and, like, there's a camera on you and you're just like, oh, God, if this goes badly, I'm going to look so stupid. It never went badly, don't worry.
I hate when you do the flipping thing that you're just showing off, because, like, look at all that onion there on the oven there.
Of course, meeting Ferg has changed my life. We own a house together. We have a child on the way.
My sweet baby.
I'm altogether a more kind of responsible adult.
Here you go. Lunch for the pretty lady.
Thank you.
How would I describe Spencer? Competitive, loud, the most self-confident person I've ever met in my life, and also one of the nicest people I've ever met in my life. You'd never hear him say a bad word about anyone.
Is it delicious? Anything you do differently?
I will say one thing. It's a tiny bit too salty. He doesn't like criticism. It is a bit salty, though.
The MasterChef experience has been just awesome. Just having John and Greg telling you that what they're eating is delicious is insane.
You're halfway to your gold star by making something like that.
I have treated this like a job. You've got to cook and cook and cook and cook and cook until you're the best chef.
He's an accomplished cook. What you did in an hour is quite amazing.
I'm not really surprised that he's done so well because annoyingly, he is really good at everything.
I'm liking it. Nice and nice, mate. Really nice and nice, that.
With the cooking, he just clicked with it. He just loved it, and he just understands flavors together, and he just wants to create ideas of amazing dishes, and he enjoys talking about food.
He's concentrated, he's focused, he's understood it, and I think he's had a whale of a time.
I'd never open the pantry doors fully.
Hello.
Hello.
Your souffle.
Seen how far it can go.
That was as perfect souffle as you might ever wish to have.
I'm not surprised he's made the finals. He is going to put a lot into it, so I think he will win.
Being a runner-up is more than I ever would have hoped for, but the win is so achievable now, and it is unreal that I'm in that position. I couldn't be happier. I'm over the moon.
Good luck for the final.
I was born in Bedford, way back, 1966. Life was great. My dad was 6'3", my mum was 6'3" as well, so I think I was always doomed to be taller than average. Being tall for me at school was not a problem. It was a huge advantage. Sport-wise, it was great. And then I went to prep school, was introduced to rugby, and thought, this is great. I'm twice the size of everyone else. And that's when I started to think I might be able to do a little bit with this game. Left school in the summer of '85, November '85, I joined the Metropolitan Police and absolutely loved it. Just the best time. Great job, great friends, could play my rugby. Absolutely loved being a policeman. When I started playing senior rugby, rugby was amateur, so we all had jobs. I would walk into the dressing room, everyone would go, evening all. Funny, never get tired of that. I got my first cap for England when I was on tour in Fiji. I'm going to play for England. This is astonishing. And then in 1998, I was at a training session at Northampton and basically landed awkwardly and went to see the surgeon. He MRI'd me and he said, that's it, you're not playing rugby anymore. It was tough to take. And for 2 years after that, I was probably not a very nice person to be around. I missed it terribly. And I can fully understand how sportsmen and women hit depression when they have to retire from a sport. And it wasn't until this weird opportunity to get involved in the Harry Potter films came along that I was able to get myself back on track. Took me away from rugby, threw me into this world that I had never experienced. I never even dreamed that I'd experience. And it turned into 10 years of just absolute wonder. In a weird way, I was saved by the boy wizard. I mean, genuinely. And I just got a smile back on my face.
It's just cooking, isn't it?
What do you mean, just cooking? Creating magic. This is my wand.
When I was first told that Martin was going to be on MasterChef, I was like, no, he's not.
Martin has absolutely loved this. Absolutely loved it. He's loved learning. He's genuinely wants to be a really good cook.
You've got some fantastic flavours on that plate, Martin. You really have. Martin, there's a cook in you, mate.
It has amazed me how much this takes over your life. See you later. Be good, grow well. Fast food, fast food. Got to learn really, really fast. Apply yourself phenomenally. My work here is done. To win it would be amazing.
If you think like of your whole career, you know, it's so varied, but you'll always just throw your whole self in. And that's what's great. That's what I'm proud of. If you win, I'll be really proud.
And surprised. Shocked.
I was born in Bury General Hospital. father from Glasgow, mother from Tipperary. I have a sister. So I started dancing when I was 6. I started tap dancing. My mum would be able to knock me up a costume in like 2 minutes. I'd be like, Mum, I need to look like a Roman empress. And she would make that for me. She was just the perfect mum. Now, unbeknownst to my dad, I had secretly started sneaking into ballet lessons. And my dance teacher at the time thought that I had a natural aptitude for ballet. So she snuck me off to an audition for the Royal Ballet School when I was 10, and I got in. And we had to tell my dad. Went down amazingly because what he said to me at the time was, John, this is your ticket out of here. And I was 15, and I'd auditioned for Cats on the sly, and I got the job.
Let me in, then I want to go out.
It was amazing. Did it for about 8 years, and then I get this call to say they want to see you for EastEnders. I get to the audition, and I'm like, read the lines, do the thing, go out. Within like 10 minutes, the phone rings. You are the character. And that's how Christian Clark was born.
Saeed is gay!
And I had a wonderful 5 years on the show. Then Mum got ill, and you have to make a choice, don't you? So I gave up EastEnders to look after Mum. Mum had Alzheimer's and dementia, so it was really, really rough. It's a brutal thing. And to see someone that you love and that you know would be horrified at what they've become. It had a profound effect on me, and it will be something that I carry with me, my entire life. Mum passed away, and I just completely broke down. My life was rapidly spinning out of control. It was. I was spinning out of control with substance abuse and alcohol. I would get up in the morning, I'd go to the supermarket, and I'd buy some groceries. I can't believe I'm telling you this. And I would stand here and I'd just cook all day so that I didn't give myself that minute in the day to think about something else. And that's what cooking did for me. So, I've been clean for 7 months, been sober for 185 days, and, it's amazing. When I got the call from MasterChef, I felt like, this was somebody helping me out. It was perfect timing.
That's a decent, accomplished first plate of food on MasterChef.
You've just set your own benchmark, buddy.
To get great comments was an amazing feeling because I wasn't expecting it.
It's beautiful. It's a real innovation.
Doing MasterChef has given me a real insight to me.
Mate, it's great.
Makes me a bit emotional. Because me and my mum used to have that pie. When I cook things that we as a family have enjoyed, it makes me emotional because it's like, it's a living memory.
Honest, proper yum grub.
I'm completely biased, but I always think John's the best at whatever he does. So yeah, all the way. Team John. Are you ready for the finals?
I'm as ready as I can be, yeah. And this MasterChef experience, without sounding completely ridiculous, has been healing for me. And that's been the best bit about it. Genuinely, from the bottom of my heart, it's been amazing. Here's to smashing it in the final.
Indeed.
Yeah.
John, Martin, and Spencer now have one last chance to perfect their skills before they cook off for the MasterChef title.
Today, our celebs are about to face the toughest challenge of the whole competition, Chef's Table.
This year, the celebrities will be working with one of the UK's most critically acclaimed chefs, Bryn Williams.
I started off as a baker to about 12 years of age up in Denbigh, North Wales. Fell in love instantly about bringing something to life. I just fell in love with that process straight away.
At 18 years old, Bryn moved to London, where he worked with legendary chefs Marco Pierre White and Michel Roux Jr. He now owns 3 renowned restaurants, the latest of which is in one of London's most prestigious locations, Somerset House.
My philosophy is less is more. 3, 4 things on a plate, but it must be perfect. Everything has a purpose and a place. It's not about how many things you can put on a plate, it's how good you can put it on the plate.
Bryn's food, I think, is of the moment. Light, but full of flavour and creativity. Fabulous.
Our 3 today are going to get a huge amount out of this challenge. They get a masterclass off a truly great chef. If they have a good round here, it should fire them with enthusiasm. It should fire their confidence.
Morning.
Morning.
Come on in.
Morning, mate.
Morning. He's smiling away, look at him. Yeah. So today, you'll be cooking our food, my food, to our standard. You're cooking for 5 leading chefs. 1 chef's bad enough to cook for, but 5, the pressure's on. Great chefs, good friends. I hope they still be friends with me at the end when you're cooking our food. Let's get cooking. Come on.
I'm absolutely freaking out. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and I'm going to grab it.
To learn from a great master of a chef like Bryn is ideal. It's going to be high intensity, it's going to be great. Looking forward to picking up some really interesting tricks.
The quality and the stress and the attention to detail gets higher and higher and higher. So we're going to be absolutely pushed to our limits, I'm sure.
Martin will be in charge of Bryn's starter. Compressed watermelon, avocado puree, pickled, compressed and charred cucumber, and Cornish mackerel, topped with sea vegetables.
The dish is all about freshness. So beautiful fish, beautiful vegetables. For me, it just sings out summer. We compressed watermelon with lime juice and mint. What that does is change the texture and concentrate the flavour.
OK.
If you smell that now,
That's amazing.
that attention to detail says crisp now.
The Cornish mackerel will be served 2 ways, as a tartare dressed with lemon juice and lime zest.
It's got to be raw. If you dress it too early, satin and white.
OK.
That's when you know the lemon juice has cooked the fish.
Sure.
And also cured on a bed of salt and sugar.
And then we'll finish off with a blowtorch. Get that skin nice and crispy.
Yep. Oh, yes. That's a whopper.
So, quite direct. You can overcook this very easy. Don't just think blowtorch it, it's OK. It needs to be quite pink in the middle.
Right.
and leave it.
I know.
Okay? So you might not think, oh, there's not a lot of cooking here, great.
Yeah.
But the attention to detail is massive.
Yeah.
Really, really big. So, tartar on. Avocado puree.
And we're making the puree, yeah?
Yeah, you're making everything.
Thought we might.
Then we finish off sea vegetables. It's a pretty little thing.
Yeah.
You're a big bloke. If you can pull off something as delicate as this, I think that's a feather in your cap.
Yeah. Do not want to let them down. You've got to do a good job. So, yeah, terrified.
Martin's first job is to precisely prepare the watermelon,
It's probably painfully slow.
slicing perfect discs, which will then be dehydrated together with lime and mint in the VacPack machine.
Just because you put it into a machine, it's not magic. What you put in is what comes out of it. So a lot of things can go wrong. If you put too much salt, too much lime at the beginning, that'll come out at the end, so you have to get it right.
As with everything we do, it's an absolute mindstorm when we start. And my initial reaction, which is such a bad one, is, I instantly start doubting myself. I just have to give myself time. I know they're probably watching me thinking he is painfully slow, but that's how I have to do it.
Spencer, you're in charge of the main course.
Yep.
The main thing.
Spencer's dish is grilled red mullet with broccoli puree, roasted broccoli and crispy sage, served with a fish and olive tapenade flavoured velouté.
So first thing we'll do, we're going to fry the sage off.
Yep.
There's no point frying it and it's soft. It has to be crispy. Okay, so they're done. So next thing, fish. Grill on full, you need to cook it about 60–70%. Because when you take it off, it keeps on going.
Yeah.
If you cook it,
It'll be over.
it'll be way over. While that's cooking, we're going to move fairly quickly. So broccoli on here. In our restaurant, 2, maybe 3 people will be doing this dish. Make sure that doesn't go crispy.
Yeah.
And make sure that doesn't overcook.
Yep.
It's a lot of work by yourself. Done?
Yep.
This one person's got to be very organised. And mullet.
Looking good.
Looking good. I'm quite confident in their ability. So now everything's ready. Puree on the plate first.
Yep.
See how silky it is?
Yep. You've done that before.
A few times. Now with the broccoli. Finish off crispy sage. And then the sauce. So that's it.
Fantastic.
Simplicity, but everything has to be right for it to work.
Yeah. Incredible. I think it's so beautiful and elegant, so pressure's on. But I'm looking forward to giving it a really good crack. I've got quite a big job ahead of me because those beautiful fillets don't come that way, unfortunately. They start off a dead, whole fish. So this could take a while.
Filling any fish is tricky, especially red mullet. It's got to really take its time. You want to get maximum meat off the bone. So it's quite a delicate job, so you really need to concentrate. It's a lot harder than he thinks.
I've never kind of scaled and done this before, but I'd say so far, so good.
OK, John, desserts.
Yes.
The showstopper. If you get this right, that's the last thing to remember.
OK.
John will be making a chocolate pave. A thin layer of chocolate sponge topped with chocolate mousse, a sugar tuile, blood orange segments, and blood orange curd.
Have you ever done any chocolate work before?
No.
So the chocolate mousse, if they don't make it soon enough, it won't be set. So the pressure on that is immense. So they've got to get it in that fridge and setting. As you mix it together with the cream, if you let the chocolate go too cold, then you get lumped, you'll see it straight away.
Okay.
If you heat the chocolate too much, you could separate it, it's not as shiny. So that's the real important part.
And that's the first thing to do.
That's the first thing you should be doing, yeah.
My heart is pounding
Is
out
it?
my chest right now. I'm not even joking, it's like
Right, come on.
literally boom, boom.
But it's good that you're concerned,
Yeah.
which is great, okay? So, a biscuit, a Tweel biscuit, see how thin it is?
Yeah.
Then, put 3 orange segments. Then we're gonna make a rocher. So we have orange curd, beautiful, silky, quite acidic, bit of sweetness in it. Spoon on top.
Okay. I feel physically ill at the thought of this.
And then you finish off a couple of the orange skins. And that's it, John.
I can't remember a single thing he said. Desserts, not really my thing, not really the dessert king. Oh dear. Oh dear. Just got reeled in there. It's epic.
John's first job is to make the chocolate sponge which will form the base layer of the dessert.
John really gets his sponge in the oven straight away because he needs to get it cooked, cooled, and then he can start building his chocolate mousse on top. And it takes about 2 hours to chill in the fridge. So that sponge is very important to get going straight away.
It's all about precision, order, following a routine. It's all highly choreographed, this, you see. Okay, boom.
Our 3 today are going to have to stay really calm, very concentrated, and very well ordered. They have to make sure it's absolutely perfect.
The celebrities have just 2.5 hours before service. To ensure they hit this deadline, Bryn's head chef, Richard, is on standby.
As soon as the fish is done, we need to start on the stock. Okay.
Martin has to create 3 different textures and tastes with the cucumber elements. As well as char grilling baby cucumbers on the stove,
I can do burnt. Burnt is good. I'm comfortable with burnt.
he also has to make perfect cucumber ribbons, which will then be pickled in hot stock.
With the starter, if the prep side isn't right by the time it comes to plater, they can't fix it. It's done.
Hello, young Martin.
Hey, John.
You, as a cook, love classic combinations.
Yes.
You got mackerel and watermelon.
Yes. Well, it looks great. It tastes fantastic, but the way the watermelon's done completely changes the texture and almost makes it a different entity.
What do you think you've got to get out of this challenge?
To get the precision, to get the service, to get it looking good, and getting all the details absolutely on point.
You're going to be OK as long as you hold your nerve.
Yeah.
Martin also has to carefully slice and compress cucumber in a white wine and apple juice liquor.
If you look at the cucumber, it's thinly sliced, even slicing. Because the big thing is how beautiful the plate looks. So great big timber yard slices of vegetables are not going to cut it. It's got to be precise.
So Martin starts off on the vegetables. He's taking a bit of time on the vegetables. He needs to get onto his mackerel, needs to fillet it. He needs to make sure he's got plenty of time to do the fish properly, to cure it as well, so he needs to move on to the mackerel.
An hour's cooking time has gone, and Spencer's mullet is finally filleted. He can now move on to a fish stock that will form the base of his velouté.
In the corner, you've got all your vegetables. They can just be chopped in half and go straight in.
Balance of this dish really all depends on the tapenade sauce. You can overcook the fish, yes, You can undercook the broccoli, yes, but you can fix that by doing it again. If the sauce is too strong, it's ruined.
Making a fish stock. Plenty of fish carcass. And everything that sounds delicious, basically. Lots of carrots.
Delicious.
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 Ah! Sorry.
Hang on.
You might need a glove.
Yeah, OK.
Oh, that knife.
Just do a little stirry strip. Just hold that there like that.
We just need to get this on now, this stock. So if we don't, then we won't be able to have the sauce ready.
So Spencer just cut his hand, so I'm slightly worried, one, for his welfare, but two, the most important thing, the food. Because I don't want my peers coming to my restaurant and not getting a plate of food, so it looks bad on me. So I just hope he pulls his socks up, focus, and gets the work done.
On pastry, John's sponge layer is baked and cooling. And he's moved on to the chocolate mousse.
If the chocolate is too cold, what happens is the chocolate will start to set as he mixes, and you'll have bits of chocolate floating in his mousse. Doesn't look good. If it's too hot, it'll cook the eggs, and you'll get like a scrambled egg flavour in the mousse.
It's like magic. I'm hoping that that's going to work out. OK, I'd say that was ready.
John, do you get it completely?
Yeah, I get what I've got to do. Once again, it's one of those dishes that looks really uncomplicated. I'm really unfussy, but it's got a lot going on. But I know what is required of me. I'm learning something, and that's what it's about, right?
Do you know how much confidence I've got in you right now?
Go on. I'm going to take it. I'm going to take it and run with it.
John needs to get the mousse mix into the moulds quickly, as it will take 2 hours to set.
He's got the chocolate in, but they're beautiful. Nice and shiny. The temperature is right, so they're beautiful. But he's only got 6. He's got nowhere to go. He's got no spare.
With just an hour and a half cooking time left, Martin's only just making a start on filleting his mackerel.
Making a bit of a mess of those ones.
I'm going to show you one. So a lot of young chefs get this completely wrong. Feel where it is now. See it's on the bone?
Yes.
Yeah? No more fish I can get off that, OK?
Right, yes.
Martin struggled a bit with the mackerel. You know, he's a big man, small fish, delicate fish. If he nails this, I'll take my hat off to him. Yeah. That's better, Martin. Less on the bone, isn't it?
Yes.
Less meat.
Just so much more simple.
OK.
Yeah.
Once filleted, half the mackerel is left to cure on a bed of salt, sugar and thyme. Then Martin can start prepping and blanching his sea vegetables.
Where's that hot water gone? Did you steal my water?
Yes. I didn't do it on purpose.
Wow, you've changed.
No.
You have changed.
I turned around.
Finish line's in sight.
I turned around.
You stole my water.
There was water there and I needed it.
You need...
I'm sorry, Martin.
The broccoli on Spencer's dish is everything. You've got to get the puree right, so it's got to be silky, smooth, rich. If the puree's too thin, the whole dish will be messed up. Spencer, show me the puree. It's a bit wet, isn't it? Remember the puree. If I was you, cook a bit more, blitz it, add it to that, just thicken it out. If you get one element wrong, the chefs will see through it straight away. So maybe add a bit more to it to get it thicker. Yeah? Okay. Good lad.
So I just need to make sure that each element is as good as it can be, and if needs be, I'll do some again.
So Spencer, he's messed the puree up. That's a really important part of the dish, but it's the last chance to lose. If he messes up now, the dish will be ruined.
There's just an hour to go before service. Over on pastry, John is making the third layer of his pave, the delicate sugar tuiles. The key is to cut them into discs at exactly the right temperature so they don't stick or crack.
No, no good. Was no good, that one.
Yeah, it just needs to be out of the oven for a little bit.
No, didn't work.
John needs to quickly make another batch as he can only bake enough mixture for 2 tuiles at a time.
I'm freaking out a little bit that I'm not as far ahead as I should be. So it's giving me anxiety.
While the tuiles bake,
Okay.
John moves on to the blood orange curd, which will need to set in time for service.
Instead of putting it in a thick container, put a large container but thin.
Okay,
so it cools down faster.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah?
Okay.
Chocolate is in.
Chocolate's in.
Oh, lovely.
Is that good?
Yeah, shiny. So all about the temp of the chocolate. That's beautiful.
Wicked.
The only thing is, you've got to serve in 6 and you've only got 6.
Yes.
No room for error, have you?
No room for error, chef.
Living on the edge, Johnny boy. That's good. Makes you feel alive.
He said my chocolate looked shiny, shiny chocolate. So I'm going to take that because it might be the only thing that works out.
I'm quietly confident. I think we'll have to encourage people to move a bit faster. I imagine for Martin, when he gets into service, he'll switch on. I'm sure he will. Spencer should be doing the same with when these lights come on. Is he going to react? I'm not quite sure. John in the pastry is still working away like a little rabbit. He's still going. He's organised, he's disciplined, and that's what you need in pastry all day long.
Today's guests include some of the country's leading chefs.
Having one chef in your restaurant is stressful enough. Having 5 can't mess up. We have to make sure it's perfect to a T.
This is the part of the competition that can make or break our contestants. And it's up to Bryn to put them at ease and deliver his food to his standards, and that's a tough one.
I would be nervous cooking for, any of these guys. Trying to, like, freak out. So I can only imagine the nerves are, like, up there.
If somebody's representing my food, I will be very anxious. So all the 3 of them will be having a really challenging, tough job in there.
It looks like a fantastic menu. I hope the contestants do it justice and they execute the food very well.
They've got a massive challenge on their hands of kind of creating his dishes to his style and his flavours.
Yeah.
Back in the kitchen, it's Spencer's last chance to pull off the broccoli puree.
What? Why did you do that? Why did you pull that face? Is it because it's delicious?
Yeah.
Is it really?
It's good. It's a lot better than I thought it would be. It's not as buttery as the one. It's not as velvety.
Check this out.
It's going to be velvety perfection by the time I'm done with it.
Simple dish, but it will look a mess if the attention to detail's not executed.
Yeah,
Which
I'm with you, mate.
slightly worried is going to be that kind of a dish.
I'm with you. We'll make it good.
There's just 15 minutes until service. And Martin still has to make 2 crucial elements of his dish. The avocado puree.
That is good.
And his mackerel tartare, which needs to be cured in lemon juice and salt.
If he doesn't let it sit in there long enough, just raw mackerel. If he leaves it too long, it starts to cook. So you've got to get that balance right. Right, Martin, if you go.
Yes, chef.
Our first course is compressed watermelon, avocado, sea vegetable, pickled cucumber, Cornish mackerel.
Good attention to detail, good.
There's a list of ingredients here. How it's going to look and taste, I've absolutely no idea.
So let's just try and pick the pace up a little bit.
When it comes to the Cornish mackerel, is it going to be raw? Is it going to be grilled? Is it going to be a tartare? We just don't know. So it's really intriguing.
Such a wonderful fish needs really treating with great respect.
Oh, you can hear it crackling.
OK, done.
Lovely, absolutely lovely.
OK, good, good. Hold the shape, it's good. Now time for the final touch. Make it look good, make it fresh, make it vibrant.
It all sounds lovely. The combination sounds lovely with the watermelon, sea vegetables, maybe some sea purslanes, pickled cucumber there for a bit of acid. It does sound a lovely dish.
Good, good. Push the fireplace forward.
Service.
And we're good to go. Well done. Good?
Yeah, good.
You got a sweat on. It was a cold start, so you got a sweat on.
I've always got a sweat on.
Happy?
Well, very happy. Very happy.
Do you know what?
That was incredible.
For a big man, and you've made it look delicate. Well done.
Excellent.
Be proud of yourself. Really
so
good.
they like it. Oof. That was brilliant. And the plating, just getting everything just so. I was tasting as much as I could as I went along. I liked it. I hope they did.
Martin's starter is watermelon compressed with lime and mint, avocado puree, sea vegetables, pickled, burnt and compressed cucumber, and Cornish mackerel, served both cured and blowtorched, and as a tartare.
Yeah, I'm sort of looking at everybody's plates all around the table, and they all seem to be immaculate. You know, everyone's the same. Been put together well. It's quite a confident cook in there, I think.
The fish is cooked really, really well with tartare and blowtorched as well. Yeah, very nice.
I've never thought of having the watermelon with the mackerel. It's so balanced, perfect.
I really love the pickle on the cucumber. It goes really well with the blowtorch fish. It's beautiful.
Everything's in harmony. It's a skill to get it absolutely right, and it marries together beautifully well.
It's so light. Yeah, it's absolutely packed flavour. I think that's summer flavour. Martin has done this dish justice. All works beautifully, and nothing is overpowering each other.
How was that, Martin?
That was great fun. Hot.
Fabulous starter. Really, really nice. Good. The man of your height as well, and very petite little bits on the plate.
Yeah. How can someone with such big hands dress a plate so delicate as that?
Concentration. A lot of concentration.
Putting any food on a plate is difficult, and the attention to detail today was great. And we enjoyed it.
Well done.
Thank you. Thank you. Pressure's on, attention to detail is massive, and I don't want to let anyone down. That's their name, really, isn't it, on the plate? So I'm really, really chuffed with that.
We got to switch on now.
I'm on, mate. I'm frying my things.
Good.
The focus is now on Spencer. As well as deep frying his sage, grilling the mullet, and charring his broccoli, he must also finish the all-important olive tapenade and fish velouté.
So you now got to trust your own ability We want to taste the tapenade.
I personally think it's delicious.
That's fine. Plates out, you can start dressing. Okay, a little bit more on that. Okay, you have to change that one, okay? Don't forget your red mullet.
Red mullet is one of the most delicate fish there is. It has to be just slightly under. So I think that's going to be the real challenge.
Okay, good. Where's your cloth gone? Here, use mine. Where's your cloth gone?
Oh, that must have hurt.
Okay, broccoli on.
I love those colours. Love them.
That's the quietest I've seen you all day.
It's important to get it right, isn't it?
I love it. I love every element of that dish. They sound great. The key is, can this chef make this dish work? That's the difference.
Okay, good. Sauce bowl. Taste it, all right.
Delicious.
Done. Okay, push the first 3 forward. Service, let's shout service.
Service!
Well done. Happy?
Yeah, all good. Cheers, mate, thank you.
Never seen you so quiet for that last 10 minutes, focusing.
I want to get it right.
On the whole, good effort.
OK, thank you very much.
Spencer's dish is grilled red mullet with roasted broccoli, broccoli puree, crispy sage, and an olive tapenade and fish veloute.
For me, it's a very attractive looking dish, and I'm really excited about digging in, to be honest. My piece of fish is cooked beautifully.
Yeah, mine too.
Absolutely perfection.
I think what the cook has absolutely nailed here is the timing of everything. So you got the crispy beignets, the fish is cooked perfectly, the puree is nice and creamy, it's really spot on.
For me, the star of this dish is the biscuits, the sauce. I think it's absolutely delicious. And it certainly brings the dish together. That's a delight.
I love the flavours. That's a very, very good dish.
Good afternoon.
It was a great dish. The fish was cooked really well, pretty perfect. It was great. It was really, really executed very well.
How'd you find it?
I struggled, actually. I made the puree twice. I make puree myself differently. But all in all, really enjoyed it. But yeah, getting that puree right was a concern.
I do like that. I make my purees a different way. Which is best?
Well, let's say his. Cheers. I'm really happy. How cool. You know, walking in and seeing them all smiling and clapping was just like, I found it unbelievable to be accepted kind of in their world in which they're titans. I'll remember that for a long time.
Finally, it's dessert. And it's the moment of truth for John's parvees.
I don't like this bit at all. This is absolutely ridiculous.
He's got no spare. So as he takes out the ring, if he drops one, he's got no spare wheel, put it that way. So hopefully, fingers crossed, he pulls it off.
How do I get it off?
This is really perilous.
Anyone that attempts any form of chocolate work is brave.
Sometimes when you're making in the hot kitchen, it might melt.
Yay!
Right, John.
Yeah.
Good to go?
Yes, good to go.
That's the first time you see him smiling today. Don't drop one. Aye.
To serve an incredible dessert, you need a really good eye, cold hands, really kind of detailed in what you're doing.
Are they thin? Are they good? Yeah, good. Got the shakes, didn't he?
I'm not surprised. Very pretty, John.
OK, now for the orange curd. That's it. Fill that spoon up first, remember? That's it, that's like a pro. The best one, look at that.
I've really, really
Have you?
enjoyed it. Yeah.
And you said at the beginning you didn't do a lot of desserts.
I've never, no, it's not my thing.
Well,
I like meat and
hey,
potatoes.
I'd say it is your thing, the way you go.
I love it.
All done?
Yeah, done. Service. I feel a bit emotional now.
Yeah.
Do a little
Good,
bit.
well
That's
done.
funny, isn't it?
That's good. Well done. Happy?
Thank you so much.
Good.
Really.
You enjoyed
thank
that, didn't you?
I did. I really enjoyed it.
That was a top job.
That
Really
was-
good job.
I'll take that.
Good.
I'll take that.
Good.
I did my best. I don't think it looked like too shabby, but I think they'll appreciate the effort that I've put in.
John's dessert is a chocolate parfait with chocolate sponge, chocolate mousse, a sugar tuile, blood orange segments, blood orange curd, and a candied orange peel garnish.
The execution looks great. Very clean, simple, straight edges. Looks good. This is a tough, tough thing to get right. But it's smooth, which is nice. Got a lovely rich base of sponge on the bottom.
The bitterness of the chocolate is delicious. The kind of brandy snap tuile's got a really nice crunch to it.
Pastry chef, it's a massive skill, so I think for them to produce this, they've done an amazing job and they should be very proud of themselves.
Mr. Partridge may have found his calling. I think that looks absolutely fantastic.
That is lovely. That is difficult technical work, and that has resulted in a beautiful dessert. Absolutely delicious. Wow.
I think you should be very proud of yourself. The tuile on top was delicately done, you know, to roll that out and get them super thin was a great job.
How did you find it?
Nerve-wracking.
I bet it was.
Desserts aren't what I do normally, so but I really enjoyed the discipline.
And I think you've just said it, the discipline is the one thing you'll take away from today. So doing the pastry today could be to your advantage. Fingers crossed.
Thanks a lot. I feel good. I feel like I've just been to see the headmaster. Felt like really naughty, stood outside waiting to go in. It's been wonderful. It's hands down been one of the best things I've done. I've really, really enjoyed it.
What a fabulous day. Fantastic food. Real effort from our three finalists. And the chefs loved it.
3 celebrities in a professional environment. There's a lot of pressure on them. They worked hard, you know, and they delivered. So all in all, great day. I think Martin, big rugby player, big hands, and we gave him the most delicate dish. So I was thinking, is he going to be able to have that finesse? And you know what? He did.
That was a real education, real education. All the stuff we've done in kitchens, I've really, really enjoyed. So I'm really, really chuffed with that.
Spencer, bit of a whirlwind. Just want to get it all done very, very quickly. I don't think he's reached his full potential. I think there's a little rough diamond in Spencer.
I'll take a lot away from today. You know, his stuff is not overcomplicated. It's a wake-up call. It makes you think that you don't have to set yourself these momentous tasks. in order to impress people.
John, to think he's done something he's not used to doing, but he nailed it. Pat on the back, you know, I think he did a very, very good job.
I think it went well. I really enjoyed it, and I didn't think I was going to. It seems that I've found a new master, and it's pastry. Another day! Another day! The big man!
Oh, I'd lift you, but I can't.
These three are really pushing each other on. We've got one more job ahead of them, and that's to impress you and I in the final.
I kind of woke up this morning and I was like, it's really happening. Ready for war.
Finals day. Can you believe it?
Always have pre-match nerves, but I am crazy excited about this one. No panicked meerkat standing up going, how much time? You're kidding me. I want to be in control today.
You three have transformed yourselves into extraordinary cooks. It's been an honour. Right now, just 3 dishes separates one of you from the MasterChef title. We wish you all the very best of luck, guys. 2 hours, 1 champion. Let's cook. Today, for me, it's all about the bells and whistles. You take ordinary, everyday ingredients and you make them sing as loud as you possibly can. For me, what's going to separate one of them from the others is food that truly represents them. Food that they honestly, truly believe in.
The amount of time and effort that's gone into getting here has been more than one might expect. I mean, I was making a chocolate fondant last night at 1 a.m.
Spencer makes me smile. I can't believe out of the chaos of Spencer's kitchen comes some phenomenal food. Spencer loves to attempt the impossible. When it's been fantastic, it's been fantastic. And when it hasn't been that good, it's still been pretty good.
I want to show them that I can cook relatively complicated food in a simple way. Elevate simple dishes to make them noteworthy and do it with a smile. I've got scallops with cauliflower in a caper dressing. Nice and simple, though, that one. As a main, I've got a cannon of lamb with some fresh herbs, with peas and onions and a lovely sauce.
No potato?
No potato.
Interesting.
And then for the dessert, a chocolate fondant with a creme fraiche sorbet.
Are you proud of yourself?
I am, to be honest. Yeah, I've put quite a lot of work into it. You know, everyone's kind of noticing how much I care about it, and it's nice to be told that people are proud of you. It doesn't happen every day for me.
I think Spencer's got it just about right with those scallops. Caper butter, nice little bit of sharpness. We know what we want from the scallops. We want them soft. We don't want them bouncy and rubbery, but we want some colour. I'm not actually sure whether I want Parmesan with my scallops. That absolutely salty tang of Parmesan? We'll wait and see. Cannon of lamb, rolled in mustard, and then loads and loads of herbs. And he has got chives, tarragon, and chervil all together. Hopefully it doesn't overpower the lamb. He's going to serve that with peas and onions. No potato, no starch, nothing else. That's really brave. Chocolate fondant for a final in MasterChef. Brilliant. Served with creme fraiche sorbet. Could be a marriage made in heaven. He looks pretty happy to me and pretty confident. Breathe, Spencer. John shone right from the very start in this competition. John, along the way, has thrilled me. The guy draws on every single bit of emotion to deliver the food that he knows and loves to eat. That guy can properly turn it on.
I think in order to snatch the crown today, you got to bring out 3 flawless plates. This is a menu today and a cook that's about my heritage, and it's about where I'm from and who I am. Yes, I can do it. I believe. I have the power. I can do it.
I do have to ask you why you're wearing a kilt.
It is my family's tartan. My dad's from Glasgow, Scottish, Partridge. So I'm invoking the Celts to come and march with me today.
And of course, the question everyone wants to know, a man wearing a kilt, what is he going to cook today in the final?
So my menu's called There's No Taste Like Home. So my starter, I'm doing scallop with Bury black pudding. Bury is where I'm from, where I was born. My main dish is Lancashire lamb hot pot. It's what I was raised on. And my dessert is a custard tart. It's what I ate growing up. And I guess you could say it's what's brought me here today.
You are dancing with the devil here.
Yeah.
You know that. Scallops and black pudding.
Yeah.
We've seen it before.
Yeah.
Lancashire hot pot. It's a stew, but it's got to be beautiful.
Yeah.
And a custard tart.
Yeah, there is a lot of process in it. I know it looks simple on the plate, but that's how I want it to look on the plate. When I'm singing or dancing or acting, you want people to think that everybody can get on the stage and be that and do that. And that's what I want this to look like. I want it to look easy.
Because it's not, of course.
No, it's not, but I want it to look like that.
I think what John's doing here is unashamedly excellent British fare. He's got scallops and black pudding. We've seen it many, many times, so it's got to be special. He's got a little bit of truffle going with it, a little bit of spiced apple as well. That, hopefully, should make the difference. That hot pot, I can't wait to dip my fork into. My issue is, I'm still not sure you can present a hot pot up to MasterChef final standards. Great custard tart is big, it's round, and it needs to be cut in a perfect slice with an absolute point on the end of it. If he gets this right, it could be stunning. Gentlemen, you're halfway. 1 hour left, please.
I think I can win it, yeah. I'm happy with what I'm going to be cooking. I've just got to execute it well. It's going to be heads down, backsides up, and just crack on.
When Martin came in here, Johnny was doing like great big, massive rugby players' portions. It didn't take him very long to work out what finesse should look like. That guy is now a very smart cook. What's your greatest lesson from MasterChef, Martin?
Just enjoying cooking and raising the bar on what I cook and what I serve to friends and family is just the best thing that I'll take away from this.
Your final 3 courses of the competition, what are you going to cook for us?
So I'm starting with roasted scallops langoustine with lovage cream and lovage oil and black radish with a seafood bisque. For main course is loin of lamb with wild garlic oil, crispy sweetbreads, and a shallot puree. And then dessert is poached rhubarb with a yoghurt parfait and raspberry jelly and donut.
You are attempting probably double the processes of your two mates.
Yes, I'm probably pushing myself too hard, but that's the only way I know how to do it.
Yeah, but why do you do that?
Because if it works, it's amazing.
Yeah, it's true.
If it doesn't work, so be it.
Martin is reaching for the stars, and I really hope that he gets there. I really do. Scallops, langoustine, bisque, and a lovage cream. But with pickled apple as well? It seems out of place.
Lamb and lamb sweetbreads and a lamb sauce is made with lamb offcuts. This is proper, rich, indulgent food. The only thing that bothers me is the time that he's got to do it.
I love a donut. Deep-fried bread served with rhubarb, yum. Jelly, great. Yogurt parfait on the side, fantastic. For me, that's the star dessert in the room.
Guys, you've got 20 minutes left.
What an absolutely extraordinary final. Process, skill, ambition, great promise. And 3 different versions of scallops and 3 different versions of lamb. Oh, yes, I like.
I don't mind, I'm happy. I love scallops and lamb. We got a scallop and lamb off going on.
Everything's gone to plan so far, but it's not over yet.
Gentlemen finalists, 10 minutes.
Good job.
How much time, please?
You have 3 minutes left. Last touches. Right, time's up. Stop.
Wow. I feel like blacking out.
Woo! That was cool.
Oh, great.
Spencer, please, sir. Very last time. Really, really good-looking food. Incredibly elegant and incredibly modern. Which means it's got to taste really good.
Let's hope so.
Spencer's starter is pan-roasted scallops with cauliflower puree and shaved cauliflower dressed with a caper and lemon butter, parmesan crisps, and oyster leaves.
The scallops are cooked really well. A little bit of colour around the outside. Your cauliflower puree is as fine as you want. Little wafers of cauliflower are fantastic. Add to the mix really powerful oyster leaf and Parmesan cheese, and the beautiful scallop is getting lost.
There's flavours on here that I really, really enjoy. I'm getting sharpness of lemon, and then I'm getting cauliflower that's woody and then almost bitter, which is great. I think these are really good flavours. However, they are big flavours to put with a scallop.
OK, noted.
Spencer's main is cannon of lamb with a mixed herb and mustard crust, asparagus, minted pea puree, grilled baby onions, and a lamb sauce.
I think that looks absolutely stunning.
Really big, punchy flavours. You've got so much herb and mustard on the top of that lamb, it's almost medicinal. It's absolutely divine. The lovely, sweet, deep sauce you made a perfect lamb sauce there with white wine. I love it. And your lamb itself, beautifully pink. Spencer, good dish.
The flavour of the pea puree with the herbs and the mustard and the soft lamb and the onions and the sauce all coming together. It's awesome. It's delicious. It's highly skilled. It's really interesting. It's very, very exciting. And for me, without fault.
Spencer's dessert is chocolate fondant with creme fraiche sorbet, brandy-soaked cherries, cherry foam, and a pistachio, sour cherry and popping candy crumb.
Hey, look at that. That is perfect ooze.
Love the creme fraiche sorbet with your rich, dark chocolate fondant. Your fondant's oozy on the inside, and with that crushed pistachio nuts through the middle, you got lovely texture. I'd like your cherries to be softer, and they would explode with cherry flavour in your mouth, which would add to the flavour of your chocolate. But what you've got is a great result.
That's a great deal of fun, especially when I get popping candy. So I've got flavoured fireworks going off of my tongue. What I think is really particularly clever is the bitterness of chocolate. I've got almost the sharp sort of yoghurt flavour of creme fraiche, but I've got a lot of sugar in the creme fraiche as well. Very nice, very nice.
I'm really happy with the 3 plates I produced. Oh. It feels great. To be honest, I can't wait to just, like, go home and not have to worry about what I'm going to cook next in here. Might just go home and make myself a sandwich. Something nice and relaxed.
I think it looks fantastic.
John's starter is pan-fried scallops served on berry black pudding and topped with spiced apple, with bacon crumb, pea puree, pea shoots, and white truffle oil.
That, in my opinion, John, is a delightful, heady mixture. That earthy berry black pudding with the natural sweetness of scallop, sharp sweetness of apple, I think is a delight. The little addition of truffle oil is a little magical splash. That sets my tongue dancing. And it actually enhances the other flavours.
The seasoning coming from the black pudding, not from the scallop. The pea puree is sweet, but then with the salty bacon across the top. Nothing is overpowering each other. I love the sophistication, I love the style, I love the flavours, I love the textures.
Good.
John's main is a lamb and potato Lancashire hot pot, served with buttered carrots and pickled beets in a honey and mustard dressing topped with chives.
Soft lamb, you've got crispy potato tops. The potatoes themselves are soft. And you've got all those really slowly, softly cooked onions. It's delicious.
The surprise comes in the carrots and the beetroot because of that mustard that suddenly hits you, and I didn't expect it at all. And once you mix that together with the lamb, the potato, it becomes this lovely thing that joins together.
Yeah.
I think it's a great-looking dish. I think it's really well cooked. I think it's really well balanced. And I think it's just delicious.
For dessert, John is serving a slice of egg custard tart with a dusting of nutmeg.
To just take a slice from a custard tart, put it on a plate, I applaud.
Your pastry is as thin as it can be and buttery and soft and not too sweet. It's perfectly baked to be able to hold that filling, just the right amount of nutmeg, and it's not too sweet. It's really beautifully done.
And I haven't tasted a custard tart like that since I had short trousers on. Its texture is divine. It's just set. If that is a memory of your youth, then we share the same memory of custard tarts.
It is a reflection of who I am. This is me on a plate, and that's really all I could do.
I applaud you for that.
Thank you. I love you guys. I really do. I love you guys. I feel overwhelmed. For them to be so lovely, it was like a great big hug. And for them to understand what I was trying to do, that to me means more than anything.
Been a long journey, mate.
It's been a hell of a ride.
Martin, I applaud your work.
Martin's starter is pan-fried scallops and langoustines, served with pickled apple, black radish, lovage oil, lovage mayonnaise, and a shellfish sauce.
Whoa! That apple ball starts salty, then goes sharp. That lovage cream emulsion, I've never tasted anything like that. That starts off pickly, it goes creamy and finishes in celery. But if you dip the shellfish in all of that, it's too powerful. You've got to use what's on your plate sparingly.
Your seafood is cooked beautifully. Your langoustine are delicious. On here, though, we have some massive flavours. Your sauce has an undertone of almost brown sauce. It's so reduced. And add to that the lovage emulsion with the vinegar. Makes it really quite strong. It's fascinating.
For his main, Martin's cooked loin of lamb, served with crispy sweetbreads, a shallot puree, wild garlic oil, and goat's curd.
I love the look of this dish. That's a dainty-looking, pretty plate of food. The lamb is full of flavour because you crisp the skin. You get a bit of iron richness from your spinach. You get saltiness coming from your goat's curd and a little tiny, almost barbecue onion coming from the shallots across the top. I think it's just delicious.
You make sauces like a pro chef. And look at the shine in it. It is buttery smooth and it's got proper meaty depth. That lamb sweetbread is perfect. I love those little crispy bits of shallot. That's a bitter finish. I think this is really, really good cooking.
Martin's dessert is poached rhubarb, served with a frozen yogurt parfait coated in dehydrated yogurt, a donut, and rhubarb jelly.
That sharp, sweet rhubarb with the yogurt on a sugary donut is a divine thing. Absolutely divine thing. I'm sorry to say, jelly's not quite right. You have used agar-agar
Agar-agar.
as a setting agent for your jelly. You've used too much.
Yes.
That's solid. You could actually use that if you've got a wonky table.
Good.
I think your yogurt parfait is delicious. I really like the soft, sharp, but sweet texture and flavour of it. But what I really like is that dehydrated yogurt around the outside, which makes it crispy. I would have loved that jelly to be a bit softer and stuffed inside the donut, so when you opened it up, you had a surprise.
Yeah.
Because your dessert is beautiful in part. This is technically really challenging stuff. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks.
He did it. Look, it was done.
You did it. You did it.
You did it. And it's great to do it with you guys.
I think today's gone well. I really, really tried to push myself today, and I think that was the best I could do. It seems strange that that's it. It's all done and dusted now.
You did so good. You did wicked.
Congratulations to all three of you. Thank you for all your hard work. What you've achieved in this competition, I think, is extraordinarily mind-blowing. We have the unenviable task now of making a decision. One of you will be our champion. Great, great final. Thank you. Incredible final cook-off. Incredible. Great food, really, really interesting cooks, and massive journeys.
Oh, God. Well done, everyone. Well done.
We are used to Spencer running around like a headless chicken. Today, he looked very professional, very much in control. Thought everything he made well. It looked good, and it tasted delicious. We have ended up with an extraordinary cook who has pulled out the bag amazing food. Martin has always been truly ambitious throughout this competition. He loves process, he loves to be technical, and he cooks great, big, bold flavors. He now understands proper, classic cookery process, and his dishes look great. Do you know what I'll remember about Martin? The quality of his sauces. As simple as John's food appeared, it was delicious. He's cooking what he honestly really, really believes in. And it's not about showing off. Few people have the skill and the ability to be able to produce a custard tart like John did in 2 hours. To have the confidence to do a scallop dish the way he did it, or to do a hot pot in a final. It's about him, there's a story attached to it, and you can taste it.
I will miss this, and I will miss the people. The food has been a great fun, and learning to cook better has been great fun, but it's the people that I've met along the way that's made this the most incredible journey.
I've loved every single second of MasterChef, and I just feel that becoming MasterChef champion, for me anyway, would be a very fitting end to this long and somewhat stressful journey.
If I don't win, I won't be disappointed. It's been an absolute joy from beginning to end. Getting to know myself, remembering my childhood and the things that I loved is worth more than any trophy.
My heartfelt thanks for making this year's competition simply fantastic. I can honestly say it's been an incredible pleasure.
The quality of the cooking in this competition this year has been sublime. Thank you very much indeed for all your hard work and everything you put into it. Our Celebrity MasterChef Champion 2018. Here's John.
Congratulations.
Well done, my friend. Well done.
Well done.
Next to me, I will find him, I'll find him.
Well done, thank you.
As it should be.
As it should be. No problems with that at all, eh?
Yeah, no, not at all.
I'm really proud of how far I got. I gave it my all. It was not something that I could do half-hearted. I had to give it 100%. Just a lot of really good memories.
It's a shame, you know, you come so far and it's so close and then you miss out. But it's just been a pleasure. I've enjoyed it so much. Every single challenge, I've absolutely loved it. I feel delighted to have even been a part of it.
Next to me.
Well done.
Thank you.
Absolutely brilliant. Celebrity MasterChef champion. Congratulations, mate. What a brilliant winner. We love you, mate. We love you. Well done. Well done. Anybody who walks into a final, cooks the food from his heart and makes us smile is a worthy winner. John only cooks what he truly believes in, truly loves, and has got a bit of his own history in it. Do you know who else does that? The great chefs of the world. And that's why he is our MasterChef champion.
Woo! It's just been one of the best experiences of my life. I thought it was going to be all about cooking and about food, and it ended up being so much more than that. And it's just, it just feels really good.
Next to me.